Hey, how are you? My name is Dr. Cozy. It's really nice to meet you. And just looking at your paperwork, I see that we have you here today due to an itchy scalp. Okay. Can you tell me about how long this has been going on? Okay. Is it specific to any area? Is it all over? Okay. Any pain with the itching? Are you having any itching or irritation anywhere else? And is it constant? Is it triggered by anything? Perhaps like getting warm, sweating, or after a shower? Have you been trying any new products lately? Any new shampoo, conditioner, gels, anything like that? How about any recent swimming? Okay. Are you having any other kinds of symptoms? Any sort of fevers, night sweats, any other kind of discomfort or rashes? Okay. Any possible exposure to lice? Okay. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily come from kids. Sometimes adults can contract it even without exposure directly to children. For example, if a coworker is a parent, or somebody recently went to a prolonged camping trip, something like that can spread lice, so we'll check for that as well, just in case. And then one last question. Do you have any history of seborrheic dermatitis, eczema, psoriasis, any other issues or maladies that might affect the skin? Okay. And actually, one more question, sorry. Have you had any recent changes to your diet or any addition of any new supplements, medication, anything like that? Okay. I'm just looking at the medications listed. But okay, nothing you have written down here would contribute to irritation as a side effect, at least that I know of. And okay, so no known medication allergies. Any food allergies? Okay, how about allergies to anything such as latex, adhesives, things like that? I do use nitrile gloves. I don't use latex because I personally have a latex allergy, but sometimes different treatments may have things like latex or even silicone, which can be an allergen to some folks. So, always good to err on the side of caution. Okay. First thing I want to do really quickly is I'm just going to examine your hairline as well as the areas around the eyes and eyebrows and your eyelids as well, just because sometimes different issues of the scalp can actually present in those areas as well. Seborrheic dermatitis in particular, which is very common. this here is my dermatoscope. I'm just going to use it really quickly just to take a look at the inner corners around your nose and eyes. Is it okay if I touch you? Thank you. Just wanna seeing anything. Sorry. Not seeing anything concerning there. I'm going to use this little spoolie really quickly to irritate some areas around the hairline and see if perhaps I can elicit some flaking in response. So and I'm just gonna check around your ears, okay? Because the ears can produce actually some heat and oil. Because they have these folds, especially in the back. Sometimes they can provide the perfect environment for things like bacteria, candida, fungi, things like that. It's just important that we roll that out. Do you have any pain or itching or irritation around your ears at all? So it really is just localized to the scalp. Okay. Okay, so what I would like to do is stand up now and do an extensive examination of your scalp and hair, okay? I will be draping you just in case any flakes or anything fall. And also I will be using a conditioning spray that's going to help me comb through the hair without causing any discomfort. And that way, just in case it shouldn't, but just in case it does drip, your clothing will be protected, okay? Okay, so I'm going to begin. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to drape you so that way we can protect your clothing. Okay. One more thing. Okay. So I'm gonna start just by combing through and making some parts in the hair. And if anything I do causes pain, please let me know. do see some potential areas of dryness. So I'm just going to very lightly irritate them and see if I can cause some flaking. So now when I move your hair, like from here to here, does this cause pain? How about in the back? Okay. I'm going to be getting your hair just a little bit wet, so that way I'm able to comb through it without causing discomfort. I'm not gonna do your whole head, just in the warmer areas where sometimes we tend to find lice. Comb that through. causing discomfort or pain? Okay. We're not seeing evidence of nits or any lice, which is good. Probably helps you relax just a little bit there. Let me know if as I'm combing, if anything causes that itching or discomfort. And since I've gotten it wet now and we've changed the environment, I'm going to look one more time for redness. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So, right. Let's go ahead and remove this drape. Okay. Are you feeling any kind of pain back around the back of your scalp? Okay. Just needed to check. Alright. I'm not seeing anything on exam that gives me any specific diagnosis. So, just a moment. There's the possibility that what we're dealing with is sort of a scalp dysesthesia, which is something that can occur where when our hair moves around, it can cause us pain, it can cause us discomfort. A similar condition to that would be allodynia. But you told me that you are not experiencing pain or discomfort when I moved your hair, so it's still possible. but I'm not seeing any strong indicators of that. Okay. How has your stress level been? Yeah, okay. Understandable. Stress can also manifest physically in our bodies. A lot of us are accustomed to associating it with pain or tense shoulders, tense muscles. Sometimes it can actually present in the form of skin irritation, rashes, hives, things like that. So making sure that you have some time where I would recommend staying off of social media, turning yourself away from the internet if possible. Do some things offline, take a walk outside, read a book, take a bath, just things that give you an opportunity to kind of ground yourself and just breathe and take a break from the continuous onslaught of stressful information that's been constantly thrown at us lately. Along with that, I would like you to start to use some dandruff shampoo, but not a strong one. So just like the regular form of Head and Shoulders would be perfect. And just give that 2 weeks to see if that helps and changes anything. The other thing is, after you wash your hair or if you exercise and you get sweaty, I want you to blow dry your hair, okay? It doesn't have to be the whole length of the hair, just around the scalp, so that way you're not having moisture just sitting and locked in on your scalp, okay, for a prolonged period of time. Towel drying is good as well, but I think just for right now, as we don't know what the cause is behind the scalp irritation, let's keep it with the blow dryer, so that way if there is anything on your towels, you are breaking that exposure, and if the discomfort goes away, that's something to examine. And then I would like you to return to clinic and we'll reevaluate again in 2 weeks. Is that okay? Okay, great. Do you have any questions for me? Okay. Well, if you happen to think of anything, feel free to give me a call, okay? It was really nice to meet you. You take care.